Hi, my name is Patrick. I'm just going to tell you a bit about myself and my work with the group Beyond Zero Emissions. Now, we differ from many other organisations on one very important point. Our understanding from climate science that human-caused global warming has already exceeded safe limits, and that we must act immediately to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions to zero and below. We do research, education and planning for the transition to a safe climate future, like showing we can use existing renewable energy to repower our economy starting right now. It's pretty cool stuff. You should check out our radio show.
It's been so encouraging to me to see Beyond Zero come and say, we can do better than that. We can actually pull you even further in the direction of renewable energy, of transformation.
Well, let's wind back here. I was a chemical engineer working at an oil refinery for one of the world's largest petroleum companies. But I was reading a lot about climate change, science, and how bad it was. We've got the Arctic ice cap disappearing, reaching tipping points within the Earth's climate system. But I was amazed at how bad it was, yet how slow the action was occurring. So back at the start of 2009, I went along to Melbourne's Sustainable Living Festival, which is a great event organised every year by the Sustainable Living Foundation. It showcases lots of organisations that are out there making the world a more sustainable place right now. Out of all of them, one stood out: Beyond Zero Emissions. They're a solutions-focused group, not just saying that we need to reduce emissions, but showing how we can actually do it using tangible solutions starting right now. One of the most promising examples is this: solar thermal power with storage. It uses mirrors to concentrate the sun's light to create heat. There are plants that use molten salt to store the heat in a big tank like a thermos. You then use the hot salt to create steam, run a turbine and create electricity any time of day. There are solar thermal plants over in Spain right now providing solar electricity both day and night. This is baseload solar power that can replace fossil fuels. So in mid-2009, I quit my job at the oil company and I gave a presentation on climate change to explain why I was leaving. Since then I've been doing a bit of study, but I've mainly been volunteering my time with Beyond Zero Emissions. My main activity has been our Zero Carbon Australia plan. It's a detailed and costed report on how Australia can get to a zero carbon economy by 2020, using existing technologies commercially available now, and while still enhancing our quality of life. So what have we achieved so far? Well, it's pretty exciting. The first part of the Zero Carbon Australia project, the Stationary Energy Plan, is almost complete. I've been managing a team of volunteers, mostly engineers. We'll put together a 170-page report on how Australia can transition to 100% renewable energy within 10 years. We need to invest less than 4% of our GDP over the 10 years. It's very doable. We also make sure we produce summaries and media that make our work digestible for everyone to read. It's been peer-reviewed and has attracted a lot of attention. At the 2010 Sustainable Living Festival, we're going to be a keynote event. We're co-presenting with the Stanford University academic Mark Jacobson. He's published a plan in Scientific American on how to transition the whole world to 100% renewable energy by 2030. Alright, so we're here today at the launch of the Transition Decade Initiative. This is a collaboration between the Sustainable Living Foundation, Beyond Zero Emissions, Friends of the Earth and the Climate Emergency Network. We're here at the Melbourne Town Hall with hundreds of people lining up outside to come and see. The Transition Decade Initiative is a community campaign to launch the shift to a sustainable society, to a safe climate future within the next 10 years.
I want to talk to you today about what it means to work together for a sustainable world. A global effort to maintain, preserve and enhance our beautiful planet, both for ourselves but also for those who will come after us.
The four constants up here in water are ones that are thought to be triggerable at temperatures not far above 2 degrees.
Ordinary Australians, engineers mostly, who work on the ground in renewable energy, in the existing fossil fuel energy sector, manufacturing, heavy industry, research, etc. And we put together a really concrete step-by-step blueprint. This is the grid that Australia can have, the 100% renewable energy grid that we can have in 2020. And it's not going to happen unless we get a whole lot of new people involved helping. Thank you.
just seen a few speakers, including Senator Christine Milne and our own volunteer Mark Ogue from Beyond Zero Emissions. I've managed to catch Christine before she leaves.
It's been so encouraging to me to see Beyond Zero come and say, we can do better than that. We can actually pull you even further in the direction of renewable energy, of transformation, of actually making people believe that this is possible. That's the key thing. Instead of the cannot do mentality, we need the can do mentality. Instead of the you'll be worse off, we need the mentality you'll be happier and better off. And that is where Beyond Zero Emissions is making such a good contribution.
So the next stage for us is the transport plan. We'll continue to look in more detail at exactly how we can decarbonise the transport sector within 10 years, how much money and effort is required. I'll continue to coordinate our awesome team of volunteers and engage more people and organisations with our work.